Hey class, it is Mrs. Gilling back. And if you look behind me there, you can see our Christmas tree. Isn't it cute? I know it's not super big, but my kids are only about this tall, so that tree to them, it feels pretty big. And we just sold our house. We're about to move, so we didn't want anything huge. But I did want you to see that we are festive over in these parts, and we're looking forward to the holiday break, not just because you're not going to have any schoolwork, but it's always fun to spend time with the family and relax a little bit. So I'm looking forward to that, and I hope you are too. But before we can get to the holiday break, I wanted to give you some information about your Unit 6 projects. As always, you have two options. You can choose between doing the project that is found in FlipSwitch, or you can do the video project that is found in our Google Classroom. So let me tell you about the FlipSwitch project first. Starting off, I don't know if you've ever heard about urban legends or urban myths, but they are stories that teach a lesson and seem realistic but are untrue. So maybe I'm aging myself a little bit here, but have you ever seen Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood? It's the show where the guy always teaches these moral lessons on PBS, and he has the trolley and all that. And he always walks in, and the theme song starts, and it's a beautiful day in the neighborhood, a beautiful day for a neighbor. Won't you be mine? Won't you be mine? You didn't know I was such a good singer, did you? Anyway, so it starts like that, and he always changes his shoes, and he zips up his sweater, but he's always got long sleeves on, and you'll always see that in the show. So growing up, I always heard the story that the reason why Mr. Rogers, this super sweet man that was always trying to teach us to be better people, to be good neighbors, that he was once a Navy SEAL. And the reason why he had long sleeves on all the time was because he had tattoos up and down his arms. And they didn't want people to know that he had such a rough background. I thought that that was true up until recently when I found out that it's not, that it is an urban legend, something that I thought was true, something that was there to teach us a lesson that maybe, anybody can change and become something better, but it's not a true story. It's just something that people made up for entertainment purposes or to teach that lesson to share it. We all have examples of urban legends that we have heard throughout our lives. And if you can't think of one off the top of your head, if you Google urban legends, you will find a lot of examples. Some of them are kind of creepy. It's like, ooh, it's those scary stories that you shared, around the campfire when you're with your friends camping out or on Halloween. And some of them are just funny and some of them just don't seem as believable as others. But there's definitely examples of urban legends out there. For this project, you are going to pick one urban legend, something that interests you, and you're going to do a little bit of research on it. And then you're going to write a 5-paragraph essay. In that essay, you need to include 3 details. One, the source of the legend. So write a paragraph telling me, where did this come from? Where did it originate? Where did people think it started? How did it start? And then you're going to do a summary of the legend. Explain what the legend is. Tell it as if you're telling it to your friend. Once upon a time, there's a man named Mr. Rogers, and go from there. Obviously, you probably don't want to do the Mr. Rogers one. It's already talked about it. But whatever legend you picked, give me a summary of it. And then finally, what moral lesson is that legend trying to teach people? What are we supposed to get out of it? Why are they telling it from generation to generation? What are they trying to teach people? And when you're done, make sure to give a conclusion. So start with a good introduction. Answer these 3 questions here. Here's the information. Answer those 3 questions there that talk about the body of your paragraph and then that strong conclusion, and then you're done. Now, make sure that you cite your source. So if you're going to look up something online, give me a source and try and do it in MLA format, please. A lot of people haven't been putting their sources in, and if I don't have a source, then it's kind of hard for me to tell where your information came from. And plagiarism is a big deal, so please don't copy and paste. Just give me a source and let me know where you got your information from, and you should be good to go. Just make sure when you're done, clean it up, make sure it's edited well, and turn it into FlipSwitch, and it should be a fun project for you to write. So that's option number 1, your writing assignment. Let me show you option number 2. As always, it's found in our Google Classroom. So Unit 6 video project. In this one, we are learning about social movements. And I love social movements. I don't know. I'm very fascinated by them. My favorite time in history is the civil rights era. I love learning about how we overcame slavery, how we overcame segregation. I really like that. And if you look at the world today, there are lots of examples of social movements going on, of people trying to change the norm and make things better and make changes. So what I want you to do for this video, for this assignment, is to watch 2 videos. They're not super long, but I think they're important. The first one is a Khan Academy video on social movements. It gives you lots of good information about how social movements are classified and why sociologists think that we have them and the outcomes of them. So you'll watch that video, and as you watch it, remember to fill out the questions that are there and answer the short essay question. After that, you'll watch a video about Martin Luther King Jr. I love Martin Luther King Jr. Many people have called him the most influential man of the 1900s. He definitely played a key role in social movements in the civil rights era. So you'll watch the video about him and the civil rights movement, answer the questions, and answer the short answer or the short essay question there as well. So I would really like for you to do some of both the projects. I would really like for you to do at least 4 of one kind and 2 of the other. So if you haven't done any video projects yet, please complete this. It really shouldn't take you all that long, but it is a very interesting project, and it will give you a greater glimpse into social movements. And if you've only done video projects, please consider doing the writing project. I really need you to kind of experience both spectrums. You learn differently from each of the projects, so try to spread yourself out there and do both kinds. But as always, when you are done with either when you're done watching this video, come back to this Google Classroom here, and I will have posted the video assignment. And it's your very last video assignment, so you won't be seeing me as often. So sad, I know. But you may have me in another course. I also teach psychology. I teach psychology here, and who knows what else I'll teach in the future. I can teach lots of social studies, so you may see me around. But good luck on your project. As always, call me if you have any questions. Send me an email, but it should be a fun one for you. Okay, good luck on your assignment, and if you don't hear from me again, have a great break.